Good morning, witchy people. So this video comes to you in the form of a vlog, more or less. And I'm here in a blanket in my bathrobe, trying to be warm and cozy on this Friday morning. This is straight black coffee. I have a French press that I just got around to using, and as you see, it's empty because I drink a lot of coffee. And I thought I wouldn't drink as much if it was black, but I was wrong. And I have my little mulled cider candle going for Roland. And we're just kind of having a day in. I did want to talk a little bit about the podcast that I have been listening to lately. It's called Witchy Woman Podcast. I touched on it yesterday, but I did want to actually go over one specific episode that I listened to. And it was specifically about Spirit Guide, and I've always kind of felt a little on the edge about that, just like my opinion doesn't actually vibe with anybody else's about this particular topic, just because it's very sensitive and it's very personal, and if you listen to her podcast, she basically reinforces that exact same thing. So I'm going to link it below because it's probably the best opinion on spirit guides and working with them that I have heard that is not mine. And she talks about how meeting him was so just the emotions that she felt when she first met him and what went on. And I found out that I was smiling like a fool at work, just thinking about it, because it was almost exactly the same feelings that I had when I first started working with mine. And I thought that was a really good thing to finally kind of have some backup in the way of somebody else who has the same experience and the same feelings as I have, because a lot of people seem to look at you really weird when you say, yeah, I get all my guidance in my head and I listen to spirits talk to me. It's not necessarily physical. Nobody's gonna walk up and say, hey, I'm your spirit guide and I am also happen to be your boss. And it's a good thing that it's not like that, because I think there'd be a lot more fights. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about that a little bit because I had such a good time listening to it. And she has almost the exact same ideals about her spirit guide as I do, so if anybody wants to learn about that, it's on Spotify, so I think you can get the Spotify with ads for free or spend $10 a month right now. But I'm also bundling my Spotify with Hulu, so I think it's $15 or something. Anyway, it's probably also on YouTube. If I can find the YouTube video that is the podcast, I will link that as well. I just wanted to touch on that because I kind of left it out of the last video a little bit. But I know I've talked about spirit guides before. I haven't gone over our exact meeting story because, as she says, I think that's really personal. Like, I'll go over my meeting my deities story because a lot of people, past and present, have worshipped or worked with the same deities, so the way that they come to you is different, but I also think that people will relate more to the deities than spirit guides because people don't usually share spirit guides. Mine has told me that he has several other people that he works with, but I don't know them, obviously. Anyhow, yeah, Witchy Woman podcast, absolutely great. It's funny. She has interviews all the time. It's really good to just listen to and zone out while you're at work or anywhere. So, shout out to her. Cheers.